All right, everybody, let's get started here. Today's case is a home robbery. Will all evidence be shown to the jury?
Yep, totally all of it. Nothing else to hide.
Hey, I see that mask he's holding. That's a due process violation.
Aw, man, I should have remembered the Brady rule from the infamous court case Brady versus Maryland. Sorry for withholding evidence.
Next time, remember to present all evidence, even if it helps the accused.
Continuing with court cases, Brady versus Maryland was a case that took place in 1963, only 3 years before Miranda versus Arizona, as we spoke about before. The Supreme Court ruled that a prosecutor suppressing evidence favorable to the accused is a violation of due process. This established the Brady rule. This rule requires prosecutors to disclose any evidence that could be used to clear the defendant or reduce their sentence. The rule applies regardless of whether the defendant specifically requests the evidence or not. An important thing to bring into this is the fact that the evidence must be material to the case, meaning it has reasonable probability of changing the outcome. So if someone committed a robbery, like shown in the skit before, and you suppress that mask worn, it's a violation. But if an unrelated item is hidden, it wouldn't necessarily matter. The amendment that this is derived from is the Fifth Amendment, where the Due Process Clause plays a big role in it, along with the other ones that we've spoken about before.
Okay, buddy, so tell me everything.
Yeah, basically I was just, kind of 90 miles per hour, drunk driving type.
Excuse me? Did you just admit to speeding and drunk driving?
Yeah?
Alright, whatever you say. You're going to jail.
Wait, what? Why?
You admitted to drunk driving and speeding. Wait, did you just not read my client his rights? Oh crap. Guess we can't use this as evidence because of this guy's Miranda rights. The Miranda rights. You've heard them before whether you realize it or not. Whether it be in movies, television, games, maybe even in real life. Sorry about that if you're unlucky, but what do those rights really mean? Well, first and foremost, the right to remain silent is more than just the police telling a suspect to shut up. It's a statement, one they are legally obligated to make. The Fifth Amendment states that you have the right to not testify against yourself in a court of law. The Miranda rights are just an extension of that. If you have the right not to be forced to incriminate yourself in a court of law, why not before police officers during an interrogation? Effectively, it's the same thing, just in a different place and time. The court case Miranda v. Arizona made sure that if a cop were to obtain any statements during interrogation without reading a suspect their Miranda rights, all of those statements were null and void. A cop cannot force you to give up information and still use it in court. That is the simplified version of these Miranda rights. Without this law, officers could genuinely force you or threaten you in some capacity to admit to a crime. Knowing it's legal for you to remain silent permits a suspect the ability to not incriminate themselves. The client has a right to understand that they have these rights, hence why cops read them their rights. They have a right to an attorney being present during questioning and the right to remain silent.